Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to today's VeChain update for Thursday 20 January, and here we are once again with this new update, and the progress so far seems to be mirroring Bitcoin regarding VeChain at the moment. And please watch the Bitcoin video update on the channel. It's just there for you to understand where Bitcoin update, to understand where VeChain is going to go from this point onwards. Now basically at the moment what I see for VeChain is, if I dive into the 4-hour time frame, here we are, and according to my own research now, it's like VeChain is putting in a double bottom. Do you understand that? It's putting in a bullish pattern known as a double bottom, just like that. And you might see VeChain go back up to this resistance right there, which is going to be 82. And then from there, the question remains that, is it going to actually pass this resistance? Because if it does so and break the neckline out of here, so we're going to take the top to the bottom, break the neckline, and then it's going to take you all the way back to the 0.09821448. Now that depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does go to $46,000 or nearly the $45,000, that's going to be the beauty of this double bottom playing out. Now I personally think, in my opinion, that VeChain is going to be green during the month of February, next month potentially, and there is a reason why. I've seen so much, a lot of these coins, including Bitcoin as well, dropping in these Bollinger Bands. So here we are with the Bollinger Bands. Now one of the best part about this Bollinger Bands is that we touched the Bollinger Band previously on this support line, but unfortunately because of Bitcoin, it started to even roll over to the downside. Now the nasty part about VeChain on the weekly though is that there's a very clear loss of this support right there. That's the only bad thing that I can say about VeChain. But remember one more thing, that fake outs happen, and mirroring Bitcoin is also a thing of VeChain to do so. So can we make the fact that we are finding support at this level, that could be true for VeChain as well? Do you see that there is a level of support right now? And it seems like I'm just going to drop this level of support right here, because this is something I just got to notice a little bit later on. So here we are. So what happened is, I'm going to tell you, on the weekly time frame, you came from 27 cents, went all the way down and bounced off here, and then you moved to the upside, right? So we can make the fact that this is a big level of support, and then you went back down there, and now you're finding that bounce once again, right? So let's say that, and there's a reason why I'm saying this in the previous videos as well, that once you see VeChain losing this spinning top, right, breaking the low of that spinning top, in my opinion, that just means that it's interested to actually go all the way to the downside. Then we cannot do anything about it. Do you understand that? It's really going to be difficult to say that VeChain is going to recover from this dump at the moment. So currently, I do notice maybe we could even be making a falling wedge on the weekly. Do you see that? A potential falling wedge right here, and that's the reason why I told you that if you start to break out of this falling wedge, you could go back to where you formed the wedge, and that's going to be that 0.09900, and that also equally on the 4-hour time frame. Let me just show you the 4-hour time frame. In my opinion, this is a bullish pattern coming in, so I'm actually going to give you some technical analysis and how it's performing on its own. Yeah, so here we are. It does look like a falling wedge. Do you see that? Yeah, it does look like a falling wedge on the weekly, on the 4-hour time frame as well. It's a potential falling wedge right there, and these are bullish, by the way. Okay, when you see a falling wedge like this, that are bullish because you had a touch here, one touch there, one touch there, another touch there, and you're potentially gonna be break. If you just go back to this place, 82, you make a nice big W on the double bottom, and you're breaking out of this falling wedge equally, because you previously never actually broke out of this falling wedge. Do you see that? So if you just go back to this place, you are breaking out of this falling wedge, right? And you can make the fact that this place is your big level of support. Why? Because of this previous level of support back during those days when VeChain came from 27 cents, right? Now I'm gonna tell you here, I'm just gonna remove some drawings here, right? So Now let's say I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit here and study this one in details with you. And here we go. So basically you're just making that double bottom, right? And then you're making that falling wedge. All right, the technical target of the falling wedge, I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, and there's a reason why I'm giving you the target for this blue line right there. Okay, I'm gonna give you the target for that one. And okay, breaking out of the falling wedge takes you back to the blue line. That's the first thing. The double bottom technical target, if in the future we do something like boom, 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 you break out of the W, and then I'm going to tell you break the neckline as well. So from here to here, this is where your neckline is. It still takes you back to that blue line, right? Now, one more thing is that I'm going to take fib retracements from a recent high to the low. So here we are. So from the top there to this low right here, we can already see that the 0.382 is near that blue line right there. Do you see that? And the 0.236 is where you're gonna find a level of resistance because of this trend line, this yellow trend line. So now I might have confused you, but let me just make it very clear for you. Okay, I'm gonna summarize everything once again. So let me actually bring this part a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna bring that part here. Okay, let's remove this yellow line. Okay, I'm gonna remove that yellow line just for a moment right now. All right, so let's say that yellow line is gone, a big resistance in the previous history. We can make the fact that you had a touch here, you went up, you had another touch here, you went up, you had one touch right there, you went up, one touch right here, again you went up, and now you're finding two touches, which is known as a double bottom, and this is a support. Do you see that? It is a support. That's the first clue, and I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm actually gonna make it as a new chart because the charts always keep changing. I've spoken about this one so many times in the channel that when the chart changes, you actually have to be creative along with the chart reading as well. Okay, you have to be creative, and that's just this trading psychology. You cannot stay and stick with one chart all of your life. So I'm just going to bring this a little bit high there because yes, this is a valid support. Simple. When you have so many touches on a trend line like this, that means that this area is a big level of support. Now you went down for a fake out here and then you went to the upside. Can we do the same thing, that you just go down here and then if you ever start to lose this trend line once again, now that big trend line that I just removed previously, you lost that one as well. You find support here, you lose this one, then you are gonna dump to the downside as long as you're not losing that. And at the moment, as I'm looking at things, this is a double bottom. Now the first thing is that big trend line. Understand that big support right here, we are bouncing off from there. The second thing is Bitcoin, check that update today, is that you're making this nice good double bottom, and that's bullish pattern, and it means that reversals are coming in and you're going to see a move towards the upside. That's another clue. The other clue that I want to talk about also is the fact that you have a falling wedge, and when you break out of that falling wedge, you are going to potentially go back to where you formed the wedge, and it's going to be that 0.098 6593, and this one is being backed up by the Fibonacci retracements level, the fibs, right? So here we are with the 0.382, you got the 0.236 as well, and let's see, I think I've just summarized every single thing in a very clear manner right now for you to understand. So yeah, so that's it for today's VeChain update. I hope you enjoyed this lovely update right now, and I'm gonna see you with the next one. Make sure you just join the Discord as well. Allah Hafiz.